Good morning, everyone. It is March the 2nd, 2020. I can see here that AOL Chandra has already updated all of the Binance markets in our bull market watch spreadsheet. This is done at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now it's about just after 5 in the morning, and it's my turn to go through and do up the Poloniex markets. So I'm going to mark this March 2nd, and I'm going to go through all of these and mark them according to their plans. But if you've already taken the training on our website, the free webinar that teaches the core of our trading system, then you may already recognize this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that prices have broken up above. Many coins set up here early in December and January, and a whole bunch of those coins we have on some phenomenal profits right now. And you can see here, if you go to IntroToCryptos.ca/alerts, these are coins that are over 39% profit in our portfolio that we've been building up over the last while. These coins made it through the last pullback, and then we're still holding them at some phenomenal profits. Now's the time to be adding on to these coins. And so in this episode, what I'm going to do is go through these 1, 2, 3 formations, and we're going to just reflect on the fact that Bitcoin dominance has made a big move up and it's made a huge top formation. If we were trading this as a market to go short on, then we would want to go short on the break underneath here. And when prices come up to test under these resistance levels and they make a 1, 2, 3 and start the other way, this is another short opportunity in a pattern like this. But altcoins are actually upside down to this pattern. Most of the altcoins are doing something that looks like this. They've made bottoms in September. They retested those bottoms in January and December, where we put on many of our trades that we're holding right now at great profits. Now, we did have a bit of a run up, and everybody's panicked about this run back over here this last 2 weeks, but it's pulled back right to the 50% level of a beautiful formation. This consolidation and strength from here is a continuation of the bull market in my mind. Now, if prices come back down, if dominance comes back this way, that is rising, then all of the altcoins are likely to be pulling back as well. And so with the bull market watch, we are watching all of them, and we grade all of the coins on Poloniex and Binance every single day, and we send this out by email to everybody. So you don't have to spend the time going through all of the charts. You can see just exactly which coins are in hold status, which coins were in alert status, and where to take action on it. And right now we're having a special sale today only. We're having a dump your Dogecoin sale. That's it. Dump those Dogecoin and you can save 50% off a 1-year subscription to the bull market watch. Dump your Dogecoin today, save 50%, and get the updates on those other 199 coins that we cover for the entire year. Daily email updates to your inbox telling you which coins are in hold status, which coins are in alert status, which coins are in exit status. This is the kind of information you need in your back pocket, and today you can dump your Doge, save 50%. Think of doubling your money on your Dogecoin just by signing up today. Get this stuff for an entire year and build these habits of a successful trader all the way through the bull market and all the way right over the other side. This is your chance. Save 50% on today only Dump Your Dogecoin sale. This is so valuable, it's worth it at the full price. I'm super stoked, especially right now, because we're seeing bigger. This 1, 2, 3 formation that we recognized earlier now is growing into a larger 1, 2, 3. So we can see, we can count this whole thing as the number 1 point. This is the number 2 point. And here's our number 3 point. And it's actually making a tiny little 1, 2, 3 right inside there. So as prices break up off of these levels, it's very inviting for all of the altcoin season. And I'm super stoked to go through this. Now we have some really specific rules for this trading system. And so we grade these according to those rules. It has to make a 1, 2, 3 formation, very good, but it's got to cross over on the 4-hour EMAs before we get into it, so that we're not getting into pump and dumps, we're not getting into little movements, but we're waiting for the entire trend to change, then we're just going to step on there. So this one, and many of them right now, are going to be marked neutral, but that doesn't mean that they're not amazing opportunities right now as they're setting up. So this one's got a long ways before it builds a 1, 2, 3 formation and crosses over. It'll be neutral for a while, according to this trading plan. So let's go on now to basic attention token. Also is going to be neutral for a while, but you can see the same old stories setting up in this. The September lows pulled back, made lows in December and January, and now building strength. So strength off of these levels For me, this is the very beginning of all of it and the most amazing opportunity setting up right now. That's why I'm so excited to be doing this video and putting it out on YouTube. This is normally what I do for our subscribers. So you would get this kind of video report on an ongoing basis throughout the entire phase. If you were to take advantage of that sale today, get your annual membership, set yourself up. This is the best day for it. Anyway, this is neutral. And I'll speed up now because we've gone through the details. This is still neutral. You can see the patterns here. If I go to the 12-hour time frame, this still has not crossed over negative. But when I go into the 4-hour time frame, that EMA is crossing back and forth. And that would get me out of the coin and into neutral with part of my position if I was following this plan correctly. So Banker Network token crossed on the 4-hour time frame. We've already marked that. And it's consolidating here. It is so awesome. When this crosses back again, it'll go back into hold stance. But I also have to check it on the 12-hour time frame, because if this crosses over, I want to mark that in our spreadsheet. And it's neutral right now because it hasn't. Now BTC has already crossed over both the 4-hour and the 12-hour. So we got out really great on this for the bull market watch. Now we're watching for the consolidation and the rebuild. When it builds a pattern and crosses on the 4-hour time frames, we can go back into hold stance. Until then, it's just neutral. Now, BitShares, same story. Neutral, but so close. Now, this is even closer. This is neutral, but it is so close, I'm going to leave it in alert stance. Like, be alert. It's almost giving us our trading signal. So this is stage 1 of the trade where you can plan things out. You can get prepared in advance with this trading method. You don't have to be on it quite so hard. This is making a 1, 2, 3. It's almost crossing over. I'm going to put it back to neutral. It may jump directly to hold, but it's pulled back a bit. So I just want to mark that in the spreadsheet. Neutral. Now I already know Dogecoin is neutral. We're having the sale on it today because for the last while I've been saying buy Dogecoin to everybody. The Dogecoin's going to go way up. But then when it did this, I thought, oh, this is the beginning. Here it goes, and it's pulled back. So I'm doing this sale on Dogecoin. If you bought in based on my recommendation because I bought into Dogecoin, then this is your chance to make 50% on your Dogecoin entry, right? If you bought in at 27 and you can get a year's supply at half price, then you've already doubled your Dogecoin. Anyway, neutral. Slide this all the way along. Let's crank it up here a bit. Run through these. This is also neutral. I got to go to the 4-hour time frame just to watch this. Really love these exhaustion candles. As it breaks up above these levels, it's just so awesome. It really fits this trading plan perfectly. Ethereum Classic building up, needs a bit more time. Neutral, but really looking great. This is also neutral. So even though so many of these coins are neutral, when you know the patterns, you know that they are going to be alert right away from this. So this is even neutral. And when it starts to go, I don't know what this is, but I think it really looks like it's going to do something. Gas, finally, nice to see it. It's crossed over this 1, 2, 3. We had it in, it is hold stance. I was going to say we had it in alert, but now it's hold. But it just jumped straight to hold, and that's fine. Because we don't need to be super accurate with this method. We just need to be small and diversified and then patient. So GNT is still an alert and it'll go to hold status right away. Any strength in this, we're in there. Grin, same thing, kind of an uglier thing, but I'll leave it at alert status. All right, now this has pulled back and I love to be mapping these out. Now we can map out when does the 4-hour EMA cross and how much of a shock absorber is this in the long term? Because we don't want to get kicked out of a trade that we have such a great position for. So let me scribble on here. If we got this 1, 2, 3 down here, we're super lucky. But if we got into this trade here, that's more fits into the trading plan that we would expect. And so now I want to put my stop just above my entry and I want to track now when the 4-hour EMA crosses, when the 12-hour EMA crosses, how does this play out over the next 6-10 months? I want to stay in it. I don't want to lose this position now. I don't want to grab profit here and then have to fight to get back in. Not with this position. This one I hold. Later, when it pulls back and gives us a good consolidation, we can play again with a second position, but we always hold this first position right now. Right now, it's really important to be holding those in my strategies here. Loom is setting up very nicely as well. We can just see this bottom building. This is kind of sketchy. It really moves fast. So this, for me, I would have to do a smaller position in this, but I do have to leave it at, it's, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing to put this as alert right now because it's the 4-hour EMA, or should I take this whole thing as the 1, 2, 3 and the 12-hour EMA and wait a bit for this? You would have to decide on that. I'm going to be a little aggressive on this. This is still a near fail. Now this is consolidated nicely. What a beautiful entry this was. And our system got us out on the 4-hour EMA, but kept us in on the 12-hour EMA. Now it is back to an alert stance. So this one's near fail, just so I don't get out of it. And this stays alert. It'll be hold status right away, popping up above these levels. Really, really, really nice. I'm so excited about this. Litecoin, it's pulled back more than I thought it would, but it's holding pretty steady here. We did get kicked out on both the 4 and the 12-hour. It is still neutral. Let's look in the 4-hour time frame. Still neutral. We've got it's not giving us the 1, 2, 3 that we're kind of shopping for all the time here. Not yet. But it is a different kind of flag. I'm certain that when it does this kind of pattern, we'll be there. We'll be ready for it. So it'll take its time to build and give us that clean entry. It could be a perfect entry. Now, I don't know, but we wait for the 1, 2, 3s, the 4-hour EMAs to cross over, and then we're not, it just takes so little time to trade it. We're already done this. It was just a split second to look at it, and you know you don't have to do anything with it yet. Mana, really beautiful. I'm going to put this as an alert. I can't because the 4-hour EMA is not going to cross. So as beautiful as this looks, according to the trading rules, I have to put it as neutral. And it may blast off right now. I do expect it will. I don't know this coin, but it's still hold. NXT. Such a beautiful setup here. This is still hold. I'm going to put it as neutral. I'm going to let it mature a little bit more. I do expect this is going to do something big and fast and pull back hard. So if you are doing this, expect it. This is pulled back beautifully. Look at the support of this 1, 2, 3, and it's consolidating here. We zoom into the 4-hour time frame. Still can't do anything according to this trading plan, but what a beautiful setup there. Neutral. Let's go on and rack through a few of these. Start off. Poly is still neutral. It's really wide, so it's harder to make a 1, 2, 3 formation out of this. Still neutral here. Rep. Blasted past neutral into hold stance. Neutral, neutral, hold. So yesterday I was talking about this consolidation and that we couldn't do anything with it. It was so close, but it just blasted. And many of these might just do that. They go right past neutral into hold stance. That's because this system doesn't give out trading signals. It really just gives you the bullish, bearish index of things. This is beautiful. I'm going to leave it as neutral. SNT. Was it in hold stance before? Yep. So this would go back. I'm going to leave it as an alert. Neutral, alert. Just because that 4-hour EMA is so close to crossing. Here's another. If it's not alert, it's hold. Okay, it's alert. Here's another. It's neutral. Alert. Neutral. Strat. I'm going to leave it as an alert. This one's neutral. That's an alert. Same as yesterday. Alert, neutral, alert. XMR is now pulled back. Where's the 12-hour EMA? It crossed. And we do have that marked as, so it just stays neutral now until it consolidates and does something else. Okay. So Ripple now is also made a consolidation. You can see I've got some big plans for Ripple in the future, that it'll consolidate and do something from these levels. So this is a 1, 2, 3 on the 1-hour time frame, and the bull market watch can only get into this on the 4-hour time frame, and only because we were into it earlier. It's actually, I should be waiting for the 12-hour time frame EMA crosses on this now for an official signal that matches the bull market watch. Right? The bull market watch isn't trading, it's positioning. So we don't want to be jumping in and out and in and out. We don't want to catch these 4-hour EMAs. We want to be lazier than that. It really works. And it's so much easier. Now on the 4-hour time frame, let's take a look at this. It did cross over negative and not quite an alert, so I'll leave it as neutral for now. Z, neutral, and alert. Almost hold. Could be hold. Many of these have a lot of subjective ranges to them too. And it's taken a while to, what I call, calibrate so that I'm consistent in my grading all the time. So here we are at the end. We have 0 new holds on Poloniex up over here. 1 new alert and total of 10 alerts. We have 16 new alerts on Binance though. A total of 36 alerts now, and 16 of them are new alerts. So we only have 8 holds, and these 36 alerts are going to be moving to hold status here really quick. And these 112 neutrals are also going to be moving up into an alert status here really quick too. All of this stuff is going to happen fast. Super stoked to be here. I'm glad to have you along. And we'll finish off with this look at Bitcoin dominance. We can see that Bitcoin dominance came way up until September. We retested in early January. We've pulled back into a position here where if you were to be shorting this particular chart, this would be another short opportunity. And when we're looking at the alts, they are inverted to this. Many of them are pulled back to giving us tiny little 1, 2, 3 formations here. If they all start going off this direction while Bitcoin dominance is dropping, don't doubt it. Pay attention to it. Be small, but these are super important times. And we can see the details. This isn't an accident. This is in a specific trading plan that was made out years in advance of this bull market. And we really nailed it. You can go through all of these different charts and see exactly when we got into all of these trades. That's all laid out in advance. And now you can go back and check it out. The most amazing thing is, even though we have these fantastic gains, now is probably even a more sure time to be getting into the altcoins. So if you've been standing on the side and you've been nervously itching and you've been wanting to check this out, even if you're not actually trading, the bull market watch will teach you so much about trading that by the time you do get there, you're going to make fewer mistakes. 70% of people lose money when they first start out trading. So I hope this training is valuable to you. I want to hear your success stories. I want to hear how these profits have changed your life. Thanks again for being here. I'm going to sign off and process this so I can get this video out. I hope you're taking advantage of today's Dump Your Doge sale. Cheers. Bye for now.